Greetings, Duplicant, and welcome to the breach. Okay, the DLC has launched, the time has come. Let's start a new playthrough. So obviously I'm going to go and play the DLC. This is the mod I have installed, Show Building Ranges. So, that's your standard asteroids. Oh, they got the traits back in, which obviously it was put in a few patches ago, but I was on a playthrough, so it didn't really bother me. I like how you can see what's close to you. Yeah, I'll just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, poor. I don't want poor. Yeah, I'm happy with that start. Right. I am going to go for a specialist rancher. Oh, definitely don't want them with gas problems. Plus 10. That's good. We want builder. So ideally I want construction, digging. Basically I don't want too bad in the negative traits. Can't do doctoring errands, I'm not bothered about that. Oh, there's my 3 duplicants. Ranching and 2 builder diggers. Happy with that. Let's get started. Right, let's get things sorted out. Schedule first. So we are going to go with then we can. Oh, what am I doing? Maybe it's not functioning. So these all can be moved into our first 3 schedules. Prioritize building and digging, and you will be researching, supplying and storing, and obviously ranching, but we haven't got any ranching available yet. Let's look round. So we've got 2 big bodies of water there. Oh, we can get straight into the slime biome without too much bother. Right, so I think I'm going to go down this side. So that picks us up some metals. Well, I tried to explain what I was doing while I was playing, and I didn't speak much, so I'll return to the highly edited videos of me talking over them after I've played them. At least if I do it this way, I can drink tea while I play the game and then concentrate on the voiceover afterwards. So now we've got our duplicates digging, what we need to do is get ourselves sorted out. So we need somewhere to sleep for tonight, and also they need to set up the outhouses and the basins and get some fresh water. The Spaced Out DLC plays slightly differently to the standard version of the game. To start off with, the asteroids are smaller. The number of biomes per asteroid is limited, which also means the resources you can acquire from each asteroid is limited as well, which is a bigger inducement and forces you to go to more asteroids quicker and earlier on to acquire the resources you need. For example, I will need to find the transporter quite quickly to be able to get some reed fibre, because I don't believe any reed fibre is available on this first asteroid. And we're racing to get everything built, just as normal. Adding my duplicates to the schedules I've crafted out so I don't put too much pressure on the toilets once I've built them, just in case one fills up and I don't immediately get round to emptying it. Another difference with the DLC is the amount of resources actually available, which does limit the size of your colony, especially early on before you can get resources from other asteroids. With the main game, I normally went for highly specialised diggers and researchers at the start, but I feel with the DLC going for a wider skilled duplicant is better in the long run. Obviously I was starting a little slower because I don't have a scientist who specialises in research. I chose the rancher because I didn't want to be bottlenecked by how much food I could produce. Well, that's one thing off the to-do list. The duplicates have a place to sleep tonight. The barracks is completed. As you can see, I'm digging this area out underneath the portal. This will be where I put the outhouses and the wash and basins for my temporary toilets. Though I have oxalite next to the portal, I've forgotten to dig out a wide enough area for the oxygen to be diffused into this lower level. It'll take me a while to notice this fact. Three wash and basins, 3 outhouses, 1 for each duplicate. Even though my duplicates are spread across different schedules, I like the benefit of having the spare toilets available if and when needed. Even though I know these duplicates are unskilled, it still amazes me how slow they build and dig at the start when I've been so used to having some great duplicates with really good skills for the last month and a bit. Obviously having non-specialised duplicates as well doesn't help with the speed of digging and building. I like to dig down at the start. Even though I only have 3 duplicates, I do want some place for the carbon dioxide to settle. As you'll notice, there is areas on this map that are just pressurised with carbon dioxide, so when we do open those areas up, I want a space available for it to dissipate to and not interfere with the living arrangements for my duplicates. As you can see me putting in the dig command next to my ladder section so I can allow gases to diffuse easier. I'm also going to open up the area behind the portal because it has 2 oxalite blocks in there, so that's more oxygen, and also means I can add an auto harvest to the mealwood, so I've got some more food coming in eventually. Yeah, my poor old duplicates are gasping for breath as they're building the outhouses at the moment because it's rather lacking in a oxygen atmosphere at the moment, but hopefully that will all be sorted out very soon. Well, the wash and basins are being filled up with water. The outhouses is starting to be a bit filled up with water, and the last 2 finished. So we're ahead of schedule actually. We would be ahead of schedule even if I hadn't tweaked the schedules to get the maximum amount of work out of my duplicants on their first cycle here. As we have a little bit more time, I might as well get some more work out of the duplicants and set up some more errands for them to do. As you can see, as I'm building down, I'm continuing with the 4-space layout for the base. It really helps me visualize how much space I've got to build the larger buildings I need to do, like the ranches, etc. I'm also going to need to make a decision on where I'm going to consolidate all the water, and when and if I'm going to do it. I could do it using gravity, or I could wait until I've got coal generators and just burn some power and use pumps to do it. Just making sure there's enough space for the gases to fuse both up and down as needed. And there you have it, the end of cycle 1. You can see how much work we've managed to get done. I'm pretty impressed and I'm very happy with that. We got all the basics down we needed to in the first cycle, somewhere to sleep and somewhere to pee. And now we can move on to other important aspects of getting the base set up, like producing some oxygen and getting somewhere to plant some crops. Obviously I haven't forgot about researching either. Because of the way I've set up the schedules, it's now bedtime for my duplicants, so I have got a really good long day out of them, so they sleep first thing in the morning. I probably didn't need to tweak the scheduling that hard, but I didn't know what I was going to expect, so I went with the get as much work out of the poor saps as I possibly could. I should have named this colony Amazon Warehouse or something like that. Cycle 2's list of jobs to get done is a hamster wheel and an oxygen diffuser. The hamster wheel is going next to the portal, so the duplicant that's running on that gets the bonus for being in a well lit area. The oxygen diffuser is going near the toilets to try and get the pressure high enough in there so any waste products from the toilets can't off gas. Even though two of the duplicants start off with an interest in construction, you can really see just now how slow they are when building something just as simple as a wire or an oxygen diffuser. As I seem to have forgotten to tap the ×3 speed within Oxygen Not Included, I will add 2.5 times speed to the editing. The benefits of building this carbon sink is I can see that the area available widens out at the bottom of the starting biome. Obviously this is going to make it easier to fit in those longer buildings such as the branches that I need to build to supply food. I do need to get those batteries built to make it worthwhile having a duplicant running on the hamster wheel so I can be producing oxygen. Time to have a quick look around the outside of the starting biome and see what I have available. Oh, that's nice, some more fresh water, but the most exciting thing I've just noticed is reed fibre, which is going to make entering the oil biome at the bottom of this asteroid a lot easier. Yes, starting to build one of the batteries. Excellent work there. Building up, it can hopefully reveal a little bit more of what's above us and will help us make decisions on how to design our base. Now we have the hamster wheel and a battery, it is worth enabling the hamster wheel so we can start producing energy and power the oxygen diffuser. Now the duplicant's running on the hamster wheel, charging the batteries, and now we've added algae to the oxygen diffuser that is now supplying oxygen. So that's some basic necessities sorted out, something to breathe, somewhere to sleep and somewhere to pee. We're doing good. Normally when I'm playing I hit ×3 speed at the start of cycle 1 and it only ever gets stopped if something goes horribly wrong. I'm surprised it's taken me this long to realise and step up the speed a little. And finally I do notice and step it up a little bit. And we're at the start of cycle 3 and everything's moving on nice and swiftly, meaning I've got built what I wanted to do, and also I've increased the speed of how the game plays, which is going to be winning for us all. Neither of these duplicates are really very exciting for me, but the nutrient bars are very important, mainly because they don't go off. In a normal playthrough you can be far less choosy on the duplicates you have because you have so many of them, whereas in the DLC playthrough I might only have 8 for a very long time into the game before I can start shipping back extra resources to my main base. Adding a spare bed to the barracks, you know, just in case I'd accepted the last duplicate that it was available to me. Adding some containers so they're available when I do need to do a little bit of sweeping. Obviously sweeping at the start is not very efficient, but occasionally it's just nice to get 1 or 2 pieces out of the way so they're not causing a debris problem. That's the end of cycle 3. Not so much built in this cycle, but a lot dug out, so we're in a good position to move to cycle 4. So we're going to build our first floor here. This is going to drop all the debris down 1 level, but give us a clean area to build some permanent structures in. I don't know why I did this sweep command. I think it's because I'm a little bit on autopilot from my last playthrough where it's like, debris, must sort it out and clean it up straight away. I've got to remember my duplicates are overworked, underpaid, and are not very good at their job at the moment. And by overworked I mean nobody's run on the hamster wheel for a while and I've run out of power, so that means I've got no oxygen diffusion going on. Realise I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, so cancel the sweep command. Now that the duplicants have built the roof, I can add a floor and that will allow me to have a clean area to make a room. Having a lot of debris lying around has a negative impact on morale, so having a clean area means that I can have duplicants stay in this area and they won't get the negative effect, which makes the positive effects they add to the base work better. End of cycle 5 and I nearly have a debris free barracks, and this will obviously be my first permanent structure as well. So I've built the full size barracks with 8 beds. This is going to be my limit until I have got much further into the game and I know how much resources I can get back to here. So building the research station, as I don't have a dedicated scientist at the moment, I know that this is going to take some time to do the researching, but it was my decision because I wanted the guaranteed rancher, and I've played quite a few games where getting hold of a rancher has really slowed down the progression of my base more than having a lack of science has been. So we'll find out through this playthrough if that decision was correct or not. I'm going to research the mess tables and the food tiles first. It takes a while to grow the plants, so this is a priority. The end of cycle 5. Well, we've got research started, which is good, and we've just dug out an area for our farming plot. Well, this is as far as we can go digging at the moment due to our current skills. Unfortunately, none of these 3 duplicates interest me, so it looks like I'm just going to go for the hatchlings eggs because I'll be needing those later on. End of cycle 6, we're really flying through these cycles now, still researching, and we've dug out an area where our farming tiles will go, so we're just waiting on that research. Our duplicates have now gained a skill point, time to spend it. The amazing sound of completed research. That means we can get our farm tiles built and some mealwood planted. I know 5 tiles of mealwood will supply food for 1 duplicate, so that means I need to plant 15 tiles worth of mealwood. The next item on the research list are the components to make a grand hall. The first of the items I'm going to choose is the water cooler. Getting the research for the farm tiles knocked out and my farming plot built is good. It's a major milestone that I can now produce food and I'm not just scrounging in the mud for muckroot, etc. Now that I have the farming sorted out, I need to think about the cooking as well. If I was going to be lucky, the portal would offer me a dual skills duplicate with both mechatronics and cuisine. The other alternative is just to add 1 level of cooking to a random duplicate. We'll just have to see how the portal treats me. The end of cycle 7. The farm tiles were researched, they've been built, and they now have mealwood planted in them. Well, that's the water cooler researched. Now to add some decor to the research queue. Our duplicates haven't produced a lot of carbon dioxide, so while we're still doing the research and the base is looking okay, we're going to dig out the lower levels of the base. If you wait too long to do this, the duplicates will be gasping for air and it'll take them longer, so doing it now gives us a chance to do it as quickly as possible. That's the end of cycle 8, motoring on through the research as quickly as we can and getting a lot of digging done at the bottom of our base. Maybe I'm being a little bit too picky with these duplicates. It's getting to the point where I'm just kind of have to choose one if I'm not careful. But in this case, I'm just going to choose the Oxyfern. You can visually see that there's not enough oxygen at the bottom of the base. This is partially due to the speed at which I've expanded, but also due to the lack of duplicates running on the hamster wheel, which means the oxygen diffuser hasn't been working. I'm going to increase the priority for operating to try and get one of the duplicates to prioritise running on that hamster wheel. Well, there's the end of cycle 9. We've got a lot dug out. It's also going to be the end of the episode. We've got a lot done. We've got a lot more to do. I hope you'll come and join me for the next episode. Thank you for watching, and as always, I'll see you on the other side.